the best place to work.
I love working here.
I feel very blessed.
I love it here.
I look forward to coming to work every day, being a part of this team.
Like a family away from home.
Where everyone feels like everybody knows their name.
The city that supports you, we see that with our benefits.
A pension, vacation days, job security.
Being able to be heard.
We feel valued, we feel respected.
Lee Summit is a very progressive city.
It's growing, it's thriving.
We have this drive towards not just doing a job, but doing it with a spirit of excellence. I had the opportunity to continue to grow, regardless of 30 plus years doing this kind of work.
It's more than just dollars and cents.
We're here really to give back.
Providing a service to better a community.
To go out and serve people.
To be a part of something bigger than yourself. If I would have known what I know now, years ago, I would have been here much sooner.
Hello, Lee Summit. I'm Jordan. Here's your flash briefing for the week of February 9th. City Council will meet for a regular session Tuesday night at 6 in Council Chambers in City Hall. Meetings are open to the public or watch live on the city's YouTube channel. If you can't watch, catch the recorded meeting on demand on the YouTube channel or by subscribing to the Council Debrief newsletter, which breaks down 3 to 4 key agenda items. Subscribe at cityofls.net. The city will be hosting an in-person public meeting to discuss the Ward Road Improvements Project on Thursday, February 12th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at City Hall. The project will improve Ward Road from Northwest O'Brien Road to Blue Parkway and includes roadway reconstruction to a 2-lane section, one in each direction, with bicycle lanes and sidewalks along both sides. This week is Take Time to Be Kind Week, devoted to random and purposeful acts of kindness throughout the Lee Summit community. Community members, students, and businesses are encouraged to participate, perhaps performing a good deed for a friend, neighbor, or stranger without expecting anything in return. The Human Relations Commission is hosting activities in the City Hall lobby throughout the week. The public is asked to share their acts of kindness on social media using hashtag #LSKindness. Learn more at lskindness.net. The intersection of Northwest Ward Road and Northwest Blue Parkway is set to close on Friday, February 13th, and will remain closed until approximately the end of June. A section of Northwest Blue Parkway between Northwest Executive Way and Northwest Ward Road also will be closed. The closures are necessary for the construction of a roundabout at the intersection of Northwest Ward Road and Northwest Blue Parkway as part of the Ward Road Improvements Project. For more information about the Ward Road Improvements Project, visit cityofls.net/ward. And a reminder, city facilities will be closed on Monday, February 19th for President's Day. Thanks for listening and have a great week.
The city of Lee Summit has hundreds of traffic lights across its more than 1,000 lane miles.
all managed by the city's Public Works traffic technicians. The work happens inside those metal boxes on the side of each intersection. Inside, technicians program a device called the controller. The controller communicates directly with each signal head via underground wires, telling each light when to turn on and off based on a programmed cycle. City traffic engineers design this cycle to allow traffic to flow as efficiently as possible for that particular intersection. In order to best match current traffic patterns, they install something called a detection system. Detection systems have taken many forms over the years, from sensors in the pavement to radar boxes. But in Lee Summit, they primarily consist of cameras, which workers mount above the traffic signals. These cameras don't record video or your speed. Instead, they monitor the spaces at the front of the intersection and identify when a vehicle is present in a specific spot. Once a vehicle is identified, the detection system sends a message to the controller, which then adapts its standard cycle to best serve the cars that are present. The pedestrian button works in a similar way. When the button is pressed, the controller receives a signal, requesting that it allow that section of the pedestrian walkway to go, which it then inserts into the signal pattern. Technicians also install something called a conflict monitor. The conflict monitor is a device in which they program all the potential patterns of lights that would lead to a collision. If the other systems mistakenly trigger those patterns, the conflict monitor sends the intersection into flash, causing all lights to flash red and directing drivers to treat it like an all-way stop. City traffic technicians implement and maintain these systems so effectively, we rarely consider them. But every time we safely pass through a signal-controlled intersection, it's all thanks to their work. So the next time you're waiting at a red light, remember the delicate coordination of super smart systems that move you through that space safely and efficiently every day.
It's member level. Thank you, Mayor. Great presentation, Ryan. Thank you. Is there any indicator that shows, are we supporting a need?
You know, they talk about like gym rats, kids that grew up with their dads that were coaches. Like I was a city hall rat. My dad, Tom Lovell, was hired as the Parks Administrator in 1978 and spent 40 years in public service here in Lee Summit. I would go up on the weekends when he was working and I'd run around and play and do things, and I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but I just knew that was part of our weekend routine some days, was to go up and hang out at City Hall. Being part of a city from a young age to now in my adult life, you reap so many benefits from that. The people you know, you care more for something that you've been a part of. My wife and I knew we wanted to raise a family. Just trying to find a community that we thought we could raise our children in, that was good to me, and it just felt like the right move as we were deciding on a city to come back to. Fortunate to have started a business in 2018. I founded Level Insurance Group, and we are a business insurance brokerage. So we help businesses procure insurance. Decided to throw our flag in the ground here in Lee Summit, and it's grown. I also have this passion for learning and curiosity, and I started a podcast series. So I really enjoy this opportunity where I sit down with business owners and tell their story and get this out to other people in hopes that maybe it betters their life and gives them some inspiration. It's going to be a really exciting time, and obviously this city is in my blood. My dad's been a part of it for a long time, so I'm really excited. Thank you all. A lot of people would say I was crazy, right? So why do you throw your hand up and subject yourself to going into city politics? I think, especially as I've gotten older, I just felt, maybe a civic duty, like a responsibility to say, hey, this city's been great to me. Here's a way that I can give back and take some of my skills and put them to work for the people of this city. I wanted to bring a different, maybe way of thinking and take some of my business acumen and see areas that it may apply to how we develop and grow this community and just give a different perspective. One of our biggest challenges, but also one of our biggest opportunities, is how do we develop and grow this community? We don't want to grow too fast, but we want to grow at a pace that helps support, who and what we are as a community. So, we've got a lot of opportunities, whether that be through development or parks. We've got a lot of land coming on board. So I just think it's important, it's a challenge, but it's also our greatest opportunity. And so we just got to be smart how we do that. It's just asking some different questions. I'm one that, I'm not contrarian for contrarian's sake,
What I am is someone will tell me something and then I want to get to that position with them by just asking thoughtful questions along the way. And then if I can get there, then I feel like we've answered everything we can to move that forward versus, hey, here's kind of how we've done it. I'm never the, this is how we do it, this is how we've always done it, and this is how we'll continue to do it. Office of Council Member for District 2. All of my practical experience has put me in this position to serve, and I just raised my hand and said I want to do that. For which I was elected on April 5th, 2022. I feel this obligation to carry this legacy that my dad did, my family did, and then giving my kids an environment to grow up in that makes them want to come back. My kids have started rec sports through the Parks and Recreation system, and I'm watching them play soccer on this sport field that, you know, my dad helped develop. And my dad's sitting there with me, right? I mean, that's the stuff that really matters in life.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the February 12th, 2026 meeting of the Planning Commission. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Ed Yarrington.
Attendance.
Present.
Jerry Frazier.
Present.
Jake Lovelace.
Present.
Terry Trafton.
Present.
Dana Arth.
Present.
Jessica Grinnell.
Present.
Tanya Jonna Ford.
Present.
Chip Tazinski.
Present.
Randy Benbrook.
Present.
All right, thank you. And I guess that wasn't a vote. It was a roll call attendance. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Can we get a roll call vote on that, please?
Ed Yarrington.
Yes.
Sherry Frazier.
Yes.
Jake Lovelace.
Yes.
Terry Trafton.
Yes.
Dana Arth.
Yes.
Jessica Grinnell.
Yes.
Tanya Jonna Ford.
Yes.
Chip Tazinski.
Yes.
Randy Benbrook.
Yes.
All right, thank you. At this time, do we have anyone here who would like to participate in public comments pertaining to the business of the Planning Commission in general? I see none, so we will move on to the next item. We have one item on the consent agenda, and that's the approval of the action letter from January 22nd, 2026. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Motion to approve.
Can we get a second?
Second.
Can we get a vote on that, please?
Ed Yarrington.
Yes.
Sherry Frazier.
Yes.
Jake Lovelace.
Yes.
Terry Trafton.
Yes.
Dana Arth.
Yes.
Jessica Grinnell.
Yes.
Tanya Jonna Ford.
Yes.
Chip Tazinski.
Yes.
Randy Benbrook.
Yes.
All right. I will now close the regular meeting and open the public meeting or hearing in the matter of Application PL2025 Special Use Permit Renewal for a Mini Warehouse Facility, Jefferson Street Storage, 5 Southwest Industrial Drive, Matt Schlicht, applicant. And so would all of those planning to give testimony on behalf of this application please stand up and be sworn in at this time?
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. You ready?
I guess. Afternoon, Matt Schlicht, Engineering Solutions, 50 Southeast 30th Street, Lee Summit, Missouri. The owners of the facility are with me tonight, so if I can't answer anything, but this is the northeast corner of Jefferson and Shear, an existing Jefferson Street Storage. There's 6 office warehouse type building units, rental units, and then 145 storage units. Been there 20 years or so, and this is just simply the renewal of the special use permit. Staff provided us a list of honeydew list things that we've gone through and the owners corrected and cleaned up. So I think at this point, everything is in compliance and we're here for any questions you guys might have.
Thank you. Yeah, do we have a staff presentation? Let me see, it's Pierce.
Good evening, Pierce Pulliam, planner. Please enter into the record Exhibit A, list of Exhibits 1 through 14.
Exhibit A, 1 through 14, noted and entered into the record.
Thank you. So the applicant is requesting approval for a renewal of a mini warehouse facility at 5 Southwest Industrial Drive for 20 years. There are no proposed additions or modifications to the existing site currently. The property is currently zoned PI and is surrounded by PI on all 4 sides. The immediately adjacent properties consist of a sporting goods store to the north, a steel manufacturer to the west, a machine shop to the east, and a church to the south. The future land use map designates the property as mixed use, which calls for a mixed commercial area that can contain industrial uses. The existing structures include 5 mini warehouse facilities and 1 office warehouse building for a combined building area of roughly 29,550 square feet. The site is fenced on all sides with existing landscaping around the perimeter, and the site has 22 parking stalls, which were approved as part of a PDP in 2006. As part of the SUP renewal process, staff conducted an inspection of the property and noticed several concerns with the site conditions, including vehicles parked on gravel, missing ADA parking signs, the detention basin needed to be cleaned, potholes in the driveway access, and outside storage on the property, as well as unpermitted signs. All of these issues have since been resolved. and a neighborhood meeting was held on January 6th, in which no members of the public attended. The applicant requested a 20-year approval, however, to cover the time that will elapse between the date of the original SUP expiring and city council approval. Staff recommends granting approval for 20 years and 36 days. And with the conditions listed here, the applicant meets the goals of the Ignite Comprehensive Plan and the UDO. And I'm here if you all have any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the staff or applicant on this end?
Madam Chairman, just a quick question for staff. What was the extent, would you call the actions that you had to go out and remedy that our inspectors found, would you call them excessive, normal, how would you classify them? I just want to make sure that if we're going to grant a 20-year period of extension to this, that, what happens in 2 years if it happens all again, once they get the 20-year?
I would say they weren't extremely excessive. It was normal, like the gravel, normal wear and tear. As far as like the parking signs and the storage, it was more of just like reminding the people that use the storage containers what they're supposed to do, and to make sure they're in just compliance with our code and what was allowed with the SUP. So I feel like it was just a good way to remind them of how they need to conduct the proper way to conduct business. But I don't think it was anything excessive by any means.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner Jana Ford, did you have anything?
No, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Frazier?
Just clarification on the ADA. You mentioned signs. Were those signs that are in front of the parking spot, or are those ADA signs that's paint on the actual gravel or asphalt?
It was the ADA parking signs, the
Okay.
pole signs.
Okay, so were they non-existent when you reviewed them, or they dilapidated, or?
The first time I went out there weren't any, and then after I told them about our inspection, they installed them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner Yerington, did you have anything?
No.
Okay. So it looks like we don't have any questions for now. So, Commissioner Lovelace?
On the backside of the property, and this can be for staff, on Sure, there's a handful of trees. It looks like there's, I don't know, just 3 or so trees that are kind of on the backside of the building in between the white vinyl fence that we have in the backside of the actual storage facilities. Did we have trees that died off in there? Are those trees is there any landscaping that's required in that area? Any permanent trees that are required in that area to fill in the rest of that area, or is it acceptable just the way that it is?
All of the landscaping was a part of the original approved PDP, so that's how it's laid out. I think this picture is just from when the leaves had fallen off, so it might look as barren, but.
Sorry, and to be clear, I just didn't know if once upon a time, because of the spacing, and I was actually looking from the street side, and all 3 trees that you see there on the bottom side are actually, they're all in good shape. I'm looking at another image of them. I just didn't know if we should have had, say, for instance, 2 more trees that were planted in there that had potentially died off years ago and had never been replaced. That's all I was asking.
Oh, I'm not sure on that. I don't believe so, as far as the landscaping plan originally went.
Yeah, so when we inspected the site, we did inspect per the approved landscaping plan, and they are in compliance with what was approved at the original PDP.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak in support or opposition of this application? No. Any additional questions from the commission? Okay, Commissioner Trafton.
Shannon, I'm just curious if the landscaping and buffering regulations per the UDO are updated and changed from the original one. Wouldn't we expect the applicant, or would we expect the applicant to update their landscaping plan
No, so today, with the application before you today is a land use decision, not what we typically say a preliminary development plan. So we're limited to renewing the application that allows the continued use of the land, not the development of the land. Does that make sense?
It does. So codes went out there and reviewed the property, correct?
Yep, Pierce did.
And so there's an opportunity to have a conversation with the applicant about updated landscaping, correct?
Correct. It would be in addition to anything related to this particular application. So today is a land use decision to extend the land use, the special use permit, not the development. So
Okay.
we can have that conversation with them, but it's above and beyond or separate from this particular application.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Thank you.
Does the applicant care to respond to any of the questions? All right. Well, hearing no further testimony, I'm going to close the public hearing and reopen the regular meeting. Do I have any commission discussion on the application or a motion?
Comment for staff. I know he talked about, this being the opportunity to be able to correct a handful of different items. And so that was the reason for my question, as far as, hey, if this is an opportunity to correct items and we notice that there is any deficiencies in landscaping, it seems like this is the appropriate time to resolve those. That said, in looking around the site in particular, you guys have done a nice job of maintaining it. So I really have no concerns, and we've seen a lot of storage facilities and things like that have come in that have been in a lot worse shape than what this one appears to be. So thank you guys for your efforts to maintain it and continue to have it look nice for us.
I concur with Commissioner Lovelace. Thank you for taking good care of the property. So can I get a motion?
I just have one comment, Chair.
Oh, okay.
I agree. I also like the fencing that you guys have there. It looks like nice. I would just, encourage you over time, if there's opportunities to enhance landscaping, that is an opportunity. And I think as a city, we're looking at those standards and regulations as far as a way to beautify our community. And I do think it looks nice. I have always, and I think Mr. Schlicht knows this about me, but I like evergreen trees being present in a landscaping plan because of the time we're in right now, winter. So anyway, but I appreciate your efforts in updating things, so thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Trafton. I think we're ready for a motion now.
Chair, I move to recommend approval of application PL2025-324, special use permit renewal for a mini warehouse facility, Jefferson Street Storage, 5 Southwest Industrial Drive, Matthew Schlicht, applicant.
Second.
Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Ed Yarrington,
Yes.
Sherry Frazier,
Yes?
Jake Lovelace,
Yes.
Terry Trafton,
Yes.
Dana Arth,
Yes.
Jessica Greneau,
Yes.
Tanya Jonna Ford,
Yes.
Chip Tuzinski,
Yes.
Randy Benbrook.
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. And we will move on to our next item, which is Roundtable. And I know Commissioner Trafton had something he wants to share, first of all.
Oh, thank you, Chair. As my responsibility to the commission as the liaison to the Community and Economic Development Committee, I had the opportunity to attend that meeting yesterday with staff, and I always like to just give you the brief highlight of what's coming our way down the road, so you are aware of some of the things that are being discussed in those committees and council. But, our very own Sue Piles here did a lovely presentation on floodplain regulations for the community. If you did not know this, there are over 3,000 acres in Lee Summit that are considered potential floodplains. That was one of the things I learned. That was one of the fast facts. I loved it. I don't know how many acres there is in this community, like, isn't it 61 square miles? How many acres does that convert to?
It's about 65 square miles.
65 square miles converts to how many acres?
Acres.
I'm just trying to test you.
Oh, I can do the math for you if you want me to.
No, I'm just, that is, I believe that was recommended for staff to prepare a UDO ordinance that will come to Planning Commission in March, so we'll have an opportunity to review that presentation. And the other thing, hot item in the community right now, gas station drugs. OH7. Have you heard of it? Or 7OH, sorry. It's actually 7 times more potent than Oxycontin. And they come in the form of candy and gummies and are misused by underage youth and adults, potentially. So they're talking about that. There's conversations happening in other communities around this drug. It's a synthetic drug. And what communities are trying to do to manage that in their communities, because I would guess all of you would be in support of some kind of controls around this to keep our community safe. And so, I think they're looking at potential regulations around density, distance permitting, potential ordinance, and licensing. I think those are all on the table. So anyway, I believe the city of Kansas City is working on this issue right now, as well as all the surrounding communities. So that, I don't know that that would actually come to Planning Commission, but that's just something to be aware of.
So it's going to depend on what form of enforcement and regulation we take. If it's a criminal prohibition, that's a police department issue. If it's a land use regulation with regards to business licensing or land use type regulations, that will come through this body as part of the UDO. So some of those land use regulations could be setbacks, density caps per capita. We could look at some additional licensing requirements. There's all options are on the board at this point. Yeah. So, and to answer your question, it's approximately 41,600 acres.
41,600 acres. So 3,000 acres is
That's
what,
about
less than 1%? Yeah. What is it?
Less than 1%.
Yeah,
No,
less
it's
than-
actually 7%.
I thought you were going to actually give me the actual
It
percentage.
is, it's 7.2%.
7.211,53846.
Don't one up me.
You guys are on your toes.
53846.
Okay, thank you for that. Just another fast fact, I don't know if you know this, but, our police department are working to keep our youth and adults safe, and they do that through alcohol stings. So, yeah, like sting operations. So thank you for doing trying to keep alcohol and other illicit things out of the people that shouldn't have them in our community. So thank you for that.
Those utes.
Youths?
Utes.
So anyway, that concludes my report. Are there any questions for me?
I don't see any.
Are you done?
It was so riveting.
Thank you, Commissioner Trafton.
Thank you.
Anything else, staff?
I do not have anything, but I do believe we had a request for some information from Commissioner Benbrook. So I will let him ask his question, and then we can answer that.
Yes, thank you. The question I formed in email was just to get a detailed update on the prior road expansion upgrade, to see where we're at schedule-wise and completion and all that good stuff.
Sure. Susan Berry, City Traffic Engineer. Did a little research because I wasn't up to speed myself. But currently, the north part of that is closed, north of Eagle View. I've been told that we should be able to open the north part of Eagle Creek, or north of Eagle Creek by May. There is a 30-day closure of the Longview intersection that we don't want to do in the wintertime because basically they only have 30 days to do it, and so they have to, kind of hit it hard. So that'll probably happen maybe March, April, and then after that, they should be good to go. The paving's all done on the north section, so then they'll start working on the south section. Also tied to that project is the Mouse Creek Tunnel, which is down by Hook, and that's actually a separate project. The Parks Department got some grant funding, and so it wasn't a part of the original project, but it's kind of tied into that project. So they're hoping to get that tunnel built prior to paving, just for a better product to get that. And I've been told that's a cast-in-place box culvert, so we don't have to wait for fabrication for anything precast or anything like that. So as far as schedule goes, open to traffic end of the year. Official end of the project, contract completion completion date is June 30th, but usually most people just worry about when it's open to traffic. That other stuff is just kind of ancillary and happens after the fact, so.
So for clarity, north of Shearer, open in May or around that time?
North of Eagle View,
North of Eagle View.
I believe that's the cutoff point.
Yeah, so you're going to have it all completed by May?
The north part, yes. That's what I understand.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And the whole
Appreciate
job
update.
completed by the end of the calendar year.
Okay, excellent.
And while I'm up here, I'll just tell you, we turned on 2 new signals in the area, Todd George and Chipman Road, and 3rd and Bridlewood/Peel. So those were projects that were, I know at least the 3rd Street one was anxiously awaited by the people in that neighborhood. So those were both turned on last week. And another signal will be getting turned on at Oldham Village pretty soon. Maybe the end of this week, maybe next week. So lots of change. So drive safely.
Follow-up question?
Certainly.
Since you brought it up, the one on Todd George,
Mm-hmm.
the connection to the new neighborhood there that's at the light, is there an anticipated date when that's going to cut through?
You mean the east leg?
Yes.
There's no plans right now. I haven't seen any plans for any sort of connection there.
Okay. I saw the curb cuts when they originally poured all that, so I
Yeah.
kind of figured eventually they'd tie
I
it
mean,
in
I
back.
think that intersection was pretty much, I don't know that we did a lot of work on that intersection. It was set up. We just stuck in the signal equipment.
Yeah, right now they come down my street, so
Do they?
I'm looking forward to that cut through. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have a follow-up question, sorry. You mentioned closing the Longview Road
The
prior.
intersection with Pryor, right there at the intersection.
The whole intersection is
Mhm.
going to get closed?
I believe so.
Like not just part of it and people zoom around, because that's my intersection, I drive through it all the time, so. The whole thing's going to be closed, like diverted traffic
Yes.
up through.
That is my understanding, that a detour will be provided. I don't know the detour. I could always get back with you on that.
Oh, no, I'm sure I'll find it when it's there. I'm sure I'll be directed when I'm there,
Yeah.
I'm not that worried about, I just heard you say the whole intersection's getting
That's
closed
correct.
for 1 month.
That's correct.
I'm like, wow, okay, all right, thanks for that heads
But
up.
you realize the
Appreciate
rest
it.
of Pryor has been closed like most of last year, so
Yeah,
consider yourself lucky, I think.
I think I am lucky that I don't have to drive through that, but anyway, I appreciate it,
There's
thank
more than
you.
one way to get around this town.
There is, I just have to go through the
Find a new route.
roundabouts. Yeah, I'll just have to go through the roundabouts, or,
Roundabouts are amazing.
now that we have that Bridlewood stoplight, I guess I could drive through Bridlewood and all the traffic humps that they have there,
Drive through at a
so.
nice, safe speed.
We will welcome you to do that.
Okay, thank you.
I will point out, there's also a Meet the Contractor meeting for Ward Road from O'Brien to Blue Parkway, if you're interested in that, down at the other end of City Hall in the Strother Conference Room. They're there until 6:30, so if anybody's interested in that, it's a Meet the Contractor. You can see what the project's going to look like.
Just one more comment. Thanks to the city, I live in Bridlewood, and that signal has been a long time coming, but much needed. As you know, we've had several tragedies, there. So when they flipped the switch, I was that person. It was like, oh my God, it's on now. And it takes some getting used to, but I think it's definitely worth, and will make it a lot safer.
Yes, we know the community was anxious to get that turned on.
What do we do about, sorry, I'm
shouldn't
just
have come
jumping on
up.
the ship here.
I should have walked away.
I live in Lakewood, and there's the new intersection of Independence. It connects up to Dick Hauser. What do we do to get a request like a street light?
Where?
Independence Avenue and Dick Hauser?
So basically, you would just submit that to me, and we'll take traffic counts, and then we run it through our signal warrant program, and we'll look at crashes. We have certain criteria we need for, to install a signal. It has to have certain volumes on.
Not a signal, sorry, light, like a.
Street light?
Street light, yeah.
Like a street light?
Just a street light. It's so dark when I take a right turn, and
I
I'm
don't
like,
know why there's not one there.
well, there you go. There isn't one.
Dick Hauser and Independence. I'll look into it.
Yeah, thank you.
I guess that's everything, so I will adjourn the meeting at 5:28 PM.